Yo, good sunrise. It's PAKTV. Again, it's not all about you. It's not all about you. The place where you always want to come from. Not only where you are in the relationship, but also before you have met someone, is to not take rejection personally. You have to go through life, give your gift, give your presence, and give who you are. People are either going to accept you or not. It's that simple. You fighting for peace of mind? People are going to accept you or not. You are who you are. Why are you fighting for someone to love you or to validate you, especially being a man? And don't get me wrong, I still fall complacent. I still have discussions, arguments with my woman at times. It's not always fucking peaches and sunrise or whatever, flowers and daisies. It's not. But one important thing for me is communication and then understanding where is it coming from as far as these wounds that are triggered or this person that is making me feel these feelings that were trapped inside of my body, my entity since a little kid as a protection. Because when you get in a relationship, you start to love someone. And those people reveal your true inner being of what like when you were a child, and those feelings that you had to protect because maybe somebody hurt you, broke your heart, our parents, or either way. Majority of us grew up in broken homes, in my opinion, especially my generation, speaking from millennials and stuff like that, people in the 1990s and 2000s and shit like that. But yeah, check this shit out. To accept you or not, you can't take it personally. It's a numbers game. You have to get through the no's in order to get to the yeses. If someone doesn't want to go out with you, or you thought someone was really interested enough and it turned out that they weren't, you can't take it personally. You can't, bro. You can't. You have to, especially, and this is more out to like the 13-year-olds to 18-year. You guys still have a lot of time ahead of you. You guys are great men, and it's inside of you. It's inside of you. All you gotta do is be it and reveal it. Beside, regardless of what society says, or regardless of what women do to shame a man, or you know, asking for what you want, say what you want. A brutal truth. Men shouldn't be appropriate all the time. Hell no. Like, we have respect and we know what's right from wrong, but a man should always speak his mind and say whatever it is to any man. Only fear God, really. Let's finish that. That really like you are going to help you. They are going to be with you. The ones that don't like you are not going to be with you. It's simple logic. Simple logic. What if you have been dating for several months and you've been doing everything right? You keep giving, giving, giving to your woman, and she's not giving back. Tell her how it is that you want her to give back to you, which is important when it falls into communication, right? What if she still doesn't do it? She may not be a giver. It just may not be her personality at that point. You can decide, am I not being treated as I ideally see myself being treated? And that's the most important question in my opinion. That's when it boils down to me. If it's getting treatment or it's not easy or it's hard or it's difficult and there's a lot of, arguments in a relationship where you're just not enjoying people's company anymore, hey, you step away from that and you question yourself. You question yourself and tell yourself, am I not being treated ideally how I ideally see myself being treated? You can make that decision whether or not to leave the relationship. Most of the time, women are the ones to break up with guys. Women are usually the ones to file for divorce. Guys are usually the ones that get dumped without realizing why they got dumped in the first place. If a woman doesn't have a high level of attraction to start with, if you're not a 5 or higher, there's nothing you can do. No amount of talking to her, joking, teasing is going to do anything to make her want to be with you. It is important to understand that attraction is not a choice. You may walk up to a woman and she may be rude to you. She may say something like, "I don't find you attractive. I will never go out with you." You have to approach the situation with a response that shows you really don't care what she thinks. It doesn't matter. You could say something like, "You are entitled to your opinions." I use that one all the time. And you know what they say about opinions. I'm the most attractive guy you have ever met, or even. I just like to make people laugh and smile. And that's something I really like to do too. And once you get the foundation down of this book, this shit it always helps you to find your center and where you at, and things in that way. If you guys want to know, send me a message. I'll gladly tell you guys what book it is for the youngsters. And man, it's fucking helped me tremendously. And let me know. Subscribe, and that's all I ask, and I'll give you the game, bro. It's that simple. You subscribe, hit me a message, boom. I'll tell you what it is, dude. It's simple. I'm not asking for none of that shit. All this shit is free to me, bro. This life was given to me free. This shit fucking clicked on me like clinched it. Life is free, homie. Water's free, and that's what you need. This is water, bro. Straight up. This your daily dose of wisdom, bro. This PAKTV. I'm a person after knowledge. I only want to talk to people after knowledge. People that are learning, reading, getting smarter, trying to become better, being better mans for their family. Stop being little bitches, bro. Straight up. Stop being in our feelings of not wanting to go to work, not having to do what we got to do for our kids and stuff like that. I'm not saying I'm in a position where I am, where I want to be, but I'm in a way better position personally in my mind than where I was even 2 years ago, let alone 5 years ago. And that's how it should be. If you're growing and getting older, please evolve. Please look into change. I'm dissecting myself and seeing where my love should go. It is that simple. I say it all the time. Man don't get love. We give love. Man don't get love. We give love. The moment you accept that shit, that's when you realize and you'll be happy. You'll be free. Because us, man, we're willing to sacrifice. Us, man, we're willing to work. Us, man, we don't complain. Us, man, we don't communicate. And our ladies don't feel understood or heard. So that's why they leave us. Because we grew up and they told us to take the pain, not to say anything. And to the man that's been married or been in relationships and gotten divorced, we all know that expressing our feelings or having discussions or arguments with a woman ain't gonna help. It doesn't help. So we don't express our feelings. We take all the pain. We are in silent misery. There's millions of men in America in silent misery. When really it's just a question to themselves: Are you happy? Are you getting your needs met? Are you willing to walk away no matter what? And I'm not talking to you guys. I don't do this shit for YouTube. If you made it to this video this long, bro, I fuck with you and let's do this shit. But like I grew up in an era there wasn't no MySpace, there wasn't no phones. I did this shit before the phone. I did this shit before MySpace, before Nokia, before the Sprint fucking talk, bro, the chirp phones. I was rapping before that shit. I was writing before that shit. I was preaching and telling motherfuckers, telling dudes, sorry about my language and fuck it. Like I said, this shit's free. Whatever it is, they don't want to monetize. That's on them. They don't want me because I'm God's warrior. I'll let you know that I'm God's warrior, and ain't no price besides like that other shit. We could talk about some other things later, but yeah, that's for another video. Where what's a man's price? Can you be sold out? Can they buy you out? But anyways, let me get back to this shit. I got off the track a little bit, man, cause we be on the plane over here. You know what I mean, bro. But I'm gonna finish this last little book, this page that I've got today for me this morning because, to be honest, I messed up. I'm argued with my woman the other day. We keep bringing up past situations. We like, but one thing I do love about her and stuff like that, we're great at communicating, and we're great at like being honest with each other and then trusting the word regardless of shit that goes. You trust what the next person's telling you, or you could feel that shit if it's bullshit or not. I pretty much can feel it. I'm at a level where not any level better than anybody, but I just know I could gauge if a woman's single. I can gauge if a woman's interested or not, or that's what it's talking about. Like it says, it's important to understand that attraction is not a choice. You may walk up to a woman and she may be rude to you. She may say something like, I don't find you attractive. I would never go out with you. You have to approach the situation with a response that shows you really don't care what she thinks. It doesn't matter. You could say something like, you are entitled to your opinions. Or I'm the most unattractive guy you ever met. Most attractive, unattractive guy you ever met. I just like to make people laugh and smile. I'm sorry you're having such a bad day that you would go out your way to try to hurt someone's feelings. Hey, I'm sorry you got up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. Have a great night. Just walk away. And to me, that's when I learned it's important that the man's always a gentleman, always a G, always a gangster when it comes to women, regardless if she's screaming in your face. You give love, bro. You give love. If she's screaming in your face, you don't match it, bro. You don't argue back. You're the mountain, bro. You're the mountain. She's the seasons, bro. Sometimes she's cold like the winter, sometimes she's hot like the summer. But you're the mountain, bro. You're strong and can handle all that shit. You can take any storm. You can take any storm. And if you get across this, I'll be happy to give you the title of this book and the person, but I'm asking to subscribe. I'm trying to do this thing on YouTube. I'm working 2 jobs a day. We grinding, man. We grinding. I have a family, bro. I'm struggling to find daycare. Me and my lady. There's things in life, but hey, I'm not complaining. I'm just sharing with you guys. I make sure I handle it, and I'm grateful. I'm thankful. Are we ready to shine? PAKTV, people after knowledge. Are we ready to shine, bro? We've been taking the L's for so long. Are we ready to shine? Are you prepared when the opportunity presents itself? Are you centered and certain where a woman is trying to argue and test you and acts like she don't give a fuck about you, and you just be like, oh, it's all good, you're entitled to your opinion, whatever, you have a good night, walk away. Don't waste your time. No one is ever going to say or do anything that is not a direct reflection of how they feel about themselves in the moment. Let me read that shit again. No one is ever going to say or do anything that is not a direct reflection of how they feel about themselves in the moment. If a woman is nasty to you, she could be testing you, or she could have just had a bad day. Maybe she doesn't want to be approached. Keep in mind that you are a strong centered guy. She just threw a big barb at you and you deflected it. Meeting women is a numbers game. Some women are not going to like you, and some are. You have to be indifferent about it and not let it get to you. And that's with everything. That's the secret. If you was to be able to talk to my siblings, my family, my exes, my loved one, they in the beginning, bro, where I was a kid, I was so emotional, bro. I grew up with a single mother. I was emotional. I was a boy looking for love, bro, straight up. And I needed love to do anything, to have confidence, anything, because that was my childhood trauma, looking for that love from my mother, looking for that love from my dad. I deal with both fear of abandonment, fear of attachment, fear of detachment. Like, what do you do when you grow up and your heart starts turning cold by the time you're 14, 15, bro? And you realize you really out here on your own. Your parents made that choice. Yeah, they decided to have you here, so you're here, but we didn't have a choice. And it's the same thing for them too. Whatever results, and again, we're all learning. They're it's their first time here on earth. You know what I mean? But I didn't want to make it too long. But if you did make it this far, this is just the beginning. This is PAKTV. I'm a person after knowledge. I only fuck with people after knowledge. And wishing everyone nothing but health, wealth, knowledge, wisdom, mercy, and love. Subscribe and comment. Let me know what you guys think of these videos and what can I do better and continue giving you the game. Again, if you would like to know what book do I read, and it's like my personal little Bible, and grateful for the man and a lot of great authors, subscribe and hit me up, bro. As soon as you show me you subscribe or I see you follow, boom, I'll shoot you the game, bro. Peace.